Alright, so welcome back to the Ayrton Senna driver career mode. Now today, we're going to my home Grand Prix circuit. It is of course none other than the wonderful... Now, a quick look at the standings before we head into qualifying. We lead the Drivers' Championship by 20 points over Max Verstappen after a massive race last time out at Monaco. Going into the race, I wasn't expecting much since the car, as you can see looking at the R&D, is crap. 27 points of me? Well done him, I suppose. And in the Constructors, it obviously looks a little bit bleak. Aston Martin running away with it. 30 points isn't a crazy amount, but given that they are currently the fastest car on the grid, and we're down in P7, plus Lando Norris, only 23 points across the first 6 races, it isn't ideal, but we go to Silverstone. Never really had a fantastic result here. Will today be any different? Alright, welcome to qualifying. What kind of lap times are we looking at? It's going to be a 24-1 by Leclerc. That's really quick. Lando Norris, that's pretty good. Considering our car is the 4th slowest on the grid, P7 doesn't look too bad, to be honest. I mean, yes, he's half a second off Leclerc, but on the flip side, he's ahead of one Aston Martin. Where even is Alonso? Has he even done a lap yet? Oh, I think he just done a lap. Where did he go? Oh, right. Okay, never mind. Well, we're only a 10th and a half off one of the Aston Martins. That's positive, I guess. So, of course, the one target is going to try and beat Lando Norris, my teammate. So the lap time is going to be a 1 minute 24.6. So a mid-24. That is actually going to be very tricky to beat, to be honest. Let's see what I can do. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I am not great at this track anymore. I have fallen off the Burj Khalifa when it comes to this track. I used to be extremely fast. In fact, a little fun fact, on F123 in time trial, I was only 4/10 of a second away from Thomas Ronhaar. If you don't know who that is, he's one of the best drivers in F1 esports right now. So I was good. Bear in mind, I was also, for the first time, not using assists. So I was good. But now, oh, it's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit hairy, as they say. Anyway, we've started the lap. Car feels okay. It's a little bit skiddy, but that's fine. It usually is around Silverstone. Let's just try not to crash, I think is a good place to start. A 27 dead is going to be the first sector by Pierre Gasly. I'm going to go and put in a... Okay, you know what? That's okay, considering I would say that first sector was a little bit crap compared to what I'd normally do. On very wide through there, that's not ideal, but a good exit. Now, I never quite know what to do around this corner, which I believe is Stowe. I really should know the names of the corners from my home circuit, but I don't. I know some of them, like this is Maggots, and then Beckett's. But is this Stowe? I have no idea what Stowe is, but I know that's one of them. Going off track everywhere, a little bit slow as well, but I have found some time on Gasly. Heading into the final few corners, that was very, very slow and off the track. Brilliant. I am just not on form right now. Oh, and I've gone over... Yeah, this is tragic. Let's just get it over the line, because even though it was a bad lap, the actual lap time isn't bad? No, it is bad, really, isn't it? I'm 3.5 tenths off Lando. No, that's shockingly bad. Even if I put a good lap together, I still don't think I can beat Lando. That's really cringe. So having a butchers at the sector times, as you can see, I was pretty much... I was going to say equal, but I'm really not. I'm just over half a tenth down through Sector 1. Lando's actually improved his lap time as well, as you can see, to a 24.5, so another tenth of a second found, and he's still P11. And then I lost half a second in Sector 2, and I was a tenth up in Sector 3. So if I just have a really good Sector 2, and then just sort of find maybe half a tenth in Sector 1 and 3, I reckon I can beat Lando, although a 24.5 is still a very tall order. Right, I'm going to be a little bit close for time on my final run, but I should be okay to make it to the line. Now it's just about actually putting it together and having a strong lap, although I am going to see a little bit of traffic there. Here we go, flat through turn 1 as always. Now turn 3, I think this one is. I was actually... Okay. Thank you, Mercedes. You have just completely ruined my lap there. What's really annoying is that even though I just lost half a second because of that Mercedes getting in the way. I still managed to find time. That is really annoying. This means I'm going to have to go absolutely stupendously massive through this next few corners if I want to try and make up that time, but I don't think it's going to happen. No matter how good I navigate these corners, I'm going to go flat through here, and then a slight lift, and then a big lift, plus a bit of braking. That was considerably better. Found about 0.3 of a second, and I'm still way behind, but look at the slipstream of 87. He's given me a 10th, whoever that Williams is. I'll rate you. Into the final couple corners. Let's not go over the curb that time. Nice. Keep the exit nice and steady. Gas it. Overtake on. That is a good comeback in Sector 2 and 3. It's going to put me P12 on the grid. Okay, right. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel, because I'm pretty sure I'm behind Lando Norris, and that's I am by a 10th of a second. Oh, Nelly. I think that's the first time he's out-qualified me this season, or no. No, he done me in Bahrain, didn't he? The first race? I believe so. Huh. That is shocking. What really annoys me as well is that if that Mercedes, who I don't know which one it is, I don't know if it was Russell or Hamilton, whoever it was, just lost me, I'd say, a P8, maybe even a P7 in quali. If we take a look at the Sector 1 times, as you can see, I still went faster. No, that's not me. I still went faster in Sector 1 than myself on my first lap, and I lost about half a second, I'd say. Maybe not that much, I'm being a bit extreme, but I had to take turn 3, you know, way on the inside because there was a car there. I went wide on the apex, had oversteer, and then wide on the apex of the next corner, so I lost a stupid amount of time. But what's also troubling me is that my Sector 3 is really, really fast, but I'm still down on a few cars ahead of me, but it's my Sector 2 that is actually... Now, you know what? I've pulled that back in Sector 2. I thought I was still going to be about half a second off, but no, I'm about there. Honestly, I don't know. It's very tight margins, but we start P11 and P12 for the race. Constructors leaders, Aston Martin, P3 and 4. Championship rival, Max Verstappen, P1. All of my 4 championship rivals are in the top 4 whilst I'm P12. That's just brilliant, isn't it? Alrighty-o then. Welcome to the Formula 1 Qatar Airways British Grand Prix 2026. Or is it... Would it be 26 or 27? Because it's the 3rd season, but it's the new year. We'll just say 2027. Honestly, I'm feeling quite good about this race, to be honest. Considering where I was in quali, I could have been as high as P6 or P7. I reckon I could still score a good amount of points here. The only downside is, of course, my 4 closest rivals in the Drivers' Championship are all in the top 4, which, of course, is not ideal, really, is it? Right, this is interesting. 2 cars have decided to take an engine penalty, meaning I've been elevated to P10. Lando Norris is one of them. Do you want to know how I can tell? There's Red Bull crew there. He doesn't drive a Red Bull, does he? So, that's a good eye from me. Who would that be, though? That would be Ollie Behrman. Unless that's Verstappen who's taken an engine penalty. Oh, that... No, because he'd start P10, not P9. Anyway, looking at the strategy for today, it's going to be a soft to medium. I am definitely going to be stopping a lap or 2 earlier. I like it how that says it's the fastest, but if I stop 1 lap earlier, it says it's going to be faster. That's always fun. Hovering around the 1 minute 29s by the time I pit. Mediums, 128s, 27s. That looks alright to me. I'm not going to mess about with it too much. Get the fuel down to 19.2. And we are ready for round number 7. Home Grand Prix for me, FUTcrim. I don't even know what we can do. Just try and not lose the championship lead would be ideal. Alright, and here we go. Let's get the RPM nice and increased. And we are away. Going to have a little bit of wheel spin off the line. That is a shocking start. Absolutely egregious. And I'm already down 2 places. But don't worry, I can make those places up by sending it up the inside of Carlos Sainz. Oh, this is going to get absolutely chaotic. No, I'm still alive. I've gone wide round turn, whatever the corner is. I've had oversteer as well. That's quality reactions from Sainz. I'm aware it's an AI, so they should. But, yeah, I nearly crashed into him. Now, I'm going to go for a crazy overtake around the outside. That's not going to happen. tragic. I've now got Kevin Magnussen up the inside. It's up the side. I can't speak English anymore. Just slipped up the inside of Sainz there. That was cheeky. And why am I so slow? Why am I so slow? Please, give me some straight line speed. I'm begging of you. It's not even straight line speed, it's acceleration, which is shockingly bad. Okay, well, that was very topsy-turvy. I managed to start 10th, drop down to 12th, and now I'm back up to 10th. So, that's good, I suppose. Alright, and there we go. Lap 1 completed. Not too bad, not too great either. I can also confirm now that it was Ollie Bearman that was the Red Bull ahead of me. Verstappen hasn't taken an engine penalty, so that's a bit crap, I suppose. So now we just settle down a bit, try and stay consistent, and who knows? I would like to try and get past Hulkenberg. I do feel like that is very, very possible. I've got to be careful of Sainz here, though, because he's a lot quicker than me, to be honest, especially in a straight line. For some reason, I'm superiorly lacking acceleration and top speed compared to everyone else. It's not looking good in that department. Somehow managed to shithouse DRS there. I really shouldn't have it at this stage, but this is cooked. Even with ERS and DRS, I'm still nowhere near able to compete with Sainz. It's only the fact that he's an AI that I'm still ahead of him. Also, the cars ahead, the Haas of Hulkenberg, Bearman, they're also way quicker than me. Like, they are gone. And the way it's looking right now, I would be very fortunate to score points at all. That's how slow I am. This is like red flag territory. This is not good. I've now lost DRS to Hulkenberg because I literally can't keep up. Here comes Sainz. Can't even compete with him. He's just gone. And because I also have, you know, I'm slow around the corners as well, he's going to get that place. Can I slip up the inside maybe? No, sometimes you can get a little cheeky move back down there when the AI are a bit slow there. Not going to happen. So I'm now outside the points. Quality. I suppose the good news is I've got DRS and there's a car right ahead of me. Now I might... Do I go for the move? Yeah, come on, let's go for it. No, I can't even go for it. Not close enough. That's very cringe. I was actually debating, like, do I go for the move and just get it done and have some fun? Or do I do what I usually do, which is stick behind the AI so that I can have a bit of DRS to drag me along? But you can see by the fact I can barely get around a corner now that I probably should have gone for the move. And the main reason I probably should have gone for the move is that I don't think I'm going to get another chance at the move, considering Sainz is, you know, monumentally faster than me. I don't know who it is, but there is someone that won't stop locking up ahead, and whoever it is clearly not making much of an impact on their, you know, tyres, because they're still going really quick. But we're on lap 6 now. I'm still within DRS of Sainz. I will say that Magnussen's been up my arse trying to overtake me a few times, but I've managed to hold him off. But this is okay. Tyres are getting a bit worn, but it's still okay, I guess. So all I'm going to try and do is stick it out until whatever lap I'm going to be stopping, which is lap number 8, and then just try and get an undercut. Or Magnussen could just try and send it up the inside now. That is also not ideal. I also noticed I was losing a stupid amount of time down this straight. I believe that AI just use a ridiculous amount of VRS down here and then don't use any anywhere else. So I might try to do that, and it's already helping a little bit. I'm a lot closer to Sainz than I was on the previous lap. In fact, I'm so close. There might be a little move on here. His tyres, or himself, whichever one it is, seems to have fallen off a little bit. Let's see, is there anything on here? I can definitely go down to 20% ERS. Come on, in. I'm going to have to go down the inside of Chili Con Carne soon. That's a nice little move there. Very clean. Lovely stuff. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to catch up to the next car ahead. Even though they are in a lot of traffic, I feel like they're just faster. So I'm just going to try and hold off Sainz until lap 8. And then just pit and try and undercut him. Bosh. And, well, that didn't last long. One straight is all I lasted against Sainz. Maybe a little switcherooskies up the inside. Oh, that is world class. Oh, have some of that. That is a lovely move, isn't it? Hang on, who's this Haas? Hang on, Magnussen's going for it now on Sainz as well. If they go wheel-to-wheel round here, that could help me out a bit. Go on. Yeah, kind of. That sort of helped. Not really. Alright, how am I going to handle this then? Oh, I don't. I just get overtaken. Alright, tough. Okay, sure. Well, Sainz goes back through. Not the worst thing in the world. Oh, hang on, we have a yellow flag somewhere. If it's up ahead, that's quite big, and it is. It's going to be Ollie Behrman. Oh, what a travesty. This geezer can just not get anything going for Red Bull right now. I don't know why Red Bull signed him in the first place, but it isn't working. Whatever's going on. He's had DNFs, both by his fault and mechanical, and in general, he's just been a bit slow. Right, if I can go for a crazy move on Carlos Sainz, why are you getting so close to me? Back off. If I can try and overtake him down the hangar straight, that might actually look quite good for me when I go into the pits. I don't know what this objective is to overtake Hulkenberg. Why? What do you mean overtake Hulkenberg? A, there's a car in the way. B, he's 3 seconds ahead of me. C, he's a lot faster than me. Okay, sure. I'm not going to be able to overtake Sainz. That just isn't going to happen. So I'm just going to go around here and then veer off into the pits. So the undercut has now been triggered by FUTcrim. Brake. Nice one. It also seems like a couple of other cars are pitting. Leclerc is one of them. Alex Albon is also another. That's 3 cars out of 20 who have decided to stop a lap earlier. Will I actually have a good stop, though, is the question. Front right looks a bit dodgy. That was okay. The front right was definitely a lot slower than the rest, but nothing crazy. We come out actually quite close to Leclerc, really. That's encouraging. Alex Albon nowhere to be seen. I believe he might have had a slow stop. So now we need to put in a very, very strong lap time on the out lap to try and undercut Sainz and maybe get within DRS range of Hulkenberg. That would be ideal. Alright, little concerning fact. We are now half a lap in on the medium tyres and they are not waking up. I would actually go as far as to say they're currently slower than the used softs what I was on before. Like, this is not too great. What I'm hoping is that the cars I was fighting, Sainz, Magnussen and Hulkenberg, they stay out an extra lap, but doesn't look like that's going to happen, to be honest. I should also point out that I have lowered my downforce because my straight line speed was that slow. On the pit exit, there is Carlos Sainz, and I am out ahead of Sainz by about the same margin as where I went in. But look who's ahead of me. I'm not sure quite what's happened to Verstappen, but he's right there. I can see him clearly now the rain has gone. He's right there. Now, I don't think I've got the pace, anywhere near the pace, to get anywhere near him to overtake him. But that's interesting that he's right there. My main championship rival, remember, there is a 20-point gap between me and Verstappen going into this race. At the moment, that wouldn't change because we're both outside the points, although I believe there is still 1 or 2 more cars left to pit. But that's encouraging. What isn't encouraging is the fact that I'm losing half a second a lap to him, but we'll just forget about that. Rest of the drivers are now stopping, and who's this? Hello? Hello, Lawrence. How are you doing today, my G? Okay. Right, the undercut has worked an absolute fortune there, unexpectedly. It actually works quite well. I am now ahead of Lance Stroll, my second championship rival, although that's going to happen, so that isn't ideal. Wheel to wheel with Stroll. He's going to push me very wide. I'm not happy about that. Actual good racecraft by Stroll. And then I'm just going to slip it up the inside because of a cheeky bugger. But now he just unleashes his acceleration and he's gone. I'm actually going to wait this out and try and re-overtake him down the hangar straight. That is going to be my plan. Alright, this is interesting. We're now on lap 13. I'm just trying to stick behind Stroll and get the drag reduction system open, drag me along a bit. Hulkenberg is horrifically slow at the moment. I mean, so am I. As you can see, I'm missing all sorts of corners, but he is really, really slow, and he's on the hard tyres. In fact, look at that. Lance Stroll's trying to look for a move, and why am I so far behind now? Is that purely DRS diff? I think it might be. Here goes Stroll again on Hulkenberg. They're going to go wheel to wheel, which is quite handy for me. That's going to allow me to get right into the picture. Get me in there. Apart from the fact that I literally can't get around a corner without nearly spinning and my straight line speed is horrific, I'm nearly getting there. Alright, hello, Mr. Hulkenberg. I've got, like, no ERS to try and overtake you with. But I am right behind you now, so that's at least a positive. Ooh, bit of a lock-up by Lance Stroll. That's not ideal. Yuki Tsunoda sets the fastest lap of the race. I'm not entirely sure how he's managed that. He is currently, I believe, in P2. Has he done that then? I have no idea, but what a driver. Tried a bit of a different line through those previous corners. Has it helped me at all? Is there a move on the Hulky Poo? Round the outside, he keeps... I hate when the AI do that. He pushes me off. Carlos Sainz now looking for a move. Why do the AI do that round that corner? They always do this weird, like... They push you really wide, and that's the only corner they do it on the entire circuit. Wheel to wheel with Carlos Sainz, 2021 flashbacks, but we survived, and I'm still right behind Hulkenberg. So, if I can just stay behind him a little bit longer, maybe have a really nice run through there. No, I'm going to go wide like I've done pretty much every lap so far. And I'm going to have to... I don't know. No, we're going to have to stay behind him another lap. Come on, Stroll. I actually need Stroll to go a little bit faster so that Hulkenberg can lose that DRS and then I can just send it and he's done. Right, there we go. I don't think Hulkenberg has DRS. Let's see. No, he doesn't. Oh, Hulkenberg, I'm coming. Here we go. Now I'm going to try something a bit different. Send it up the inside of him. No pushing me wide this time. In fact, I'm going to push you wide. Have some of that. Round the outside through here. That should be the move done. Never mind. The move hasn't been done. He's going to come right back at me now. Unless Carlos Sainz 90+7. Nope, not going to happen. Okay. I might be cooked. I'm not going to lie. I might be very cooked. Yeah, I might actually get double overtaken here, which isn't ideal, unless I can have a good run through here. Oh, yes. I've actually had a good run through there, kind of. So now, if I just avoid the slip, right, never mind, that's not really worked. Hulkenberg goes through. I want to try and stop Sainz going through. Around the outside, through here. Don't spin, don't spin, don't spin. I've gone off track. I'm still fighting him. I don't care what the shoe would say. Have some of that. He's pissing me off, do you know what I mean? I've done a Verstappen, and now Sainz is up the inside, and yeah, that's cooked. Why can I not drive right now? I feel like I genuinely can't drive in a straight line. This is so cooked. Alright, it's time to cook up a devious plan for the final lap. I am going to try my best not to be overtaken by Sainz, but also stay behind Hulkenberg down this hangar straight. And then, on the final lap, that's when I'm going to go for the move. But that is going to be extremely tricky when Sainz is right there and Hulkenberg is right there. I don't know if I can do this. No, I'm going to have to go for a move on Hulkenberg because Sainz is also going for a move on Hulkenberg. Down the inside, very easy overtake to perform. Ha, yeah, but now it's going to get really tricky. Around the final corner we go to begin the final lap of the race. Here comes Hulkenberg, very scary man. I don't know why some straights on this track I have been apocalyptically slow. The corners haven't been that bad, but it's mainly the straight after the... I'll just tell you when I get to it. But the first straight, when you cross the line, I've been really slow through there. Hulkenberg has DRS for the first time. And I think I'm going to survive. No, he's going to go for a move. No, he's not. So I've managed to survive. Now, the next straight that I'm really slow, as Sainz goes for a move. That's big. This is where I'm also really, really slow on the exit of this corner and then down this next straight. But that is actually massive that Sainz has gone for a move on Hulkenberg, although it's not really massive. Actually, he's going for it again, the cheeky bugger. Look at him go. He is sending it like he's silly. What a geezer. Now I'm going to do something really toxic. I'm going to turn my ERS off, and I'm actually going to charge it through Maggots and Beckett's and this one, and then unleash it, but I don't... This is not going to be anywhere near enough. Come on, overtake on, DRS on. I think I'd rubber the inside line in this case. We're going to go 3 wide. We are going 3 wide. Later on the brakes. Not going to go off the track this time, Sainz. I'm not letting you have this one, boss. Now I've got the inside line. Fernando Alonso wins. That is extremely cringe. We are still wheel to wheel. Round the outside, and I've got it. Come on. Lovely bit of racing at the end. That was close. That was way too close. How did I almost spin on a flat-out corner? I'm not too sure, but P8, that's a lovely result. Given where the car is, given I was driving like pure dog milk the entire race, and I started P10, plus places, that's all right. I'll take that. Now, what isn't great, though, is this geezer won the Grand Prix. That's really bad, because I believe, given the mathematician, he scores 25 points on the day, I scored 2. That means he gains 23 points on me in the race, which means I believe that he will now only be trailing me by 4 points going into round 8. Verstappen will, let's just go and see. So here's the final results of the race. Alonso wins, Leclerc finishes second. So 2 of my title rivals finished within the top 2. Remember, the top 4 were my 4 title rivals. Verstappen drops down to P6, Lance Stroll P7. That is actually really important for me. That means that I only lose 4 points to Verstappen and 2 to Stroll. That's not too bad. Of course, though, I'll be losing 21 points to Alonso. I thought I finished P9 for some reason. That's why I said 2 points earlier, but forget it. So, yeah, not too sure. Lando Norris, by the way, wow. He definitely must have got caught up in a DRS train. You gained 1 place on merit. And was it even on merit? Because look how far behind Teo was. He was 6 seconds behind. Oh, Nelly. That's really poor by Lando Norris. So, if we take a look at the Drivers' Championship, I still lead. Whew. How am I doing this? This feels like Max Verstappen in the 2024 F1 season, having a really crap car throughout most of the year, and then somehow still leading the championship. But as you can see, the gap has gone from 20 points to Verstappen to now 6 points to Alonso. Leclerc now as well, only 13 points back. Verstappen only 16 points back. Lance Stroll 23 points back. 4 drivers within 1 race win away from me. Don't like it. Really don't like it. And now the constructors. Oh, it's going to be tough viewing. P3? Oh, Nelly, we are 57 points behind Aston Martin, 1 point behind Ferrari. Good thing that Ollie Behrman's dropping a world-class stinker, currently on 14 points, because Red Bull could very easily be ahead of us as well. And don't count out RB, because they're cooking. In the drivers, Tsunoda is P9 after getting P3 today. Perez in P6. They're looking really good. And we're just going backwards. That's bad. But anyway, that's going to be all from me today for another episode of Ayrton Senna Driver Career Mode on the Formula 1 game of 2024. Not a bad race. I drove pretty well, especially in the later laps. That was okay. I'll be back very soon for some more Senna Career Mode. Don't actually know where we're going next, and we'll find out next time. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, all the good stuff. And I'll see you a lot later. Goodbye.